rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fam's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while sizzling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be was good. I had to, man. I had to, man. Yo, man, salute. Party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one Chief Rocket, Knicks University, main man, Uncle Freezy. And welcome to the premier Knicks in the Nighttime joint, the Knicks at Night podcast. Man, tonight was so much fun. Man. We got a good game. Philly came out punching. Paul George turned back the clock for about 20 minutes. Joel Embiid turned back the clock for about 20 minutes. Philly was punching above their weight class tonight. They just not really equipped to beat a team that's as loaded and powerful and stacked and talented and well coached with so much momentum as the Knicks, right? Salute to Philly. Some of them guys, man, they gave it what they had, man. Man, the Philly fans, salute to y'all, man. My main man, BG, is in the chat. My brother, Trust, that's my brother. Make sure y'all check out BG's channel. Just click on it and subscribe to it, right? BG, what we talking about? And also Eat Sleep Sixers. Salute to the Eat Sleep Sixers family, man. I'm sure they wanted a different outcome, but things are what they are. Man. Salute to the chat, man. Salute to all the diehard Knicks fans out here. Y'all finally getting what y'all deserve, right? Y'all finally getting what you deserve after all these years of being whatever. You finally get. Oh, I forgot Greeny. I forgot you in the email again. You know what? Let's do this. I'll make it right. I forgot Greeny in the kite. Dang it. I knew I was forgetting something. I couldn't remember. I was like, yo, what am I forgetting? I thought it was Lee, but I added Lee late. Lee, you on the kite too, man. This was such a well-coached game on both sides, both coaches going in a bag, pulling out stuff, man. How they got Paul George open so much, bro. initially I was like, bruh, Nick Nurse is getting in his bag. Let me bring my guy up here. Corey, yeah. Place to be. What's up, brethren?
Man, I'm chilling, man. What's good with you, man?
Man, look who we got backstage, bro. Look who we got backstage, bro.
I already know who it is.
You already know who it is? You already know who it is?
Yes, sir.
You know why I'm pausing, right? You know I'm looking.
My favorite nephew.
Yeah, man. I'm looking to see if it's still up here. Let me see if it's still up here. Because he had the hardest one out of everybody. Let me see if it's still up here. I hope it's still up here. I don't see it, bro. I don't see it. What happened to... Yo, don't tell me they tripping with the joint, man. Don't tell me they tripping with the... Oh, man. Don't tell me... It ain't up here. Let me bring my guy up here. Die hard Knicks fan.
Yo.
Die hard New York Giants
good.
fan. Basketball.
You know that.
Part of the reunion
club. Part of the daddy club. Part of the athlete club. Greeny in the building.
Of course. Big salute to the panel. Big salute to the chat. How y'all doing tonight?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Good, man. Good. Hey, Greeny, I got BG is in the chat, right? I got BG. He do Eat Sleep Sixers and BG. What y'all talking about? Hey, he in the tall man club. I think if my memory served me, BG is like 6'9", bro.
Oh yeah, he's huge.
So when we ever do that content creator basketball team, bro, we gonna have size, bro.
Salute. Good evening.
Oh yeah, we Gucci. What's good, Cowboy?
Good up.
Yeah, man.
Am I coming in good or am I low? Am I good?
You straight.
Nah, you straight. You good. You good, bro. So let me ask y'all this before we get into the final score. I just want to ask y'all opinion about what y'all saw coming out the gate. You know what I'm saying? When them beating on the drum, they playing Meek Mill at the beginning of the game. You look around, you see Iverson with $1 million worth of jewelry around his neck. What was y'all thinking was going to happen at the start of the game, bro?
For me, same thing I thought it was going to be. A whole lot of noise for nothing.
Really?
Yeah, bro. I mean, you know, they tried to, they had to try to get themselves hyped. They had Embiid begging early before the series even started. Like everybody show up, but these cats got to pay bills. So why not sell them tickets? It's cheap at the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't got to pay concessions. Let the New Yorkers buy them up, and we came in, we represented.
Yeah. Greeny, what'd you think was going to happen at the beginning of the game, bro?
At the beginning of the game, it was kind of what you said when you started the stream. I just think Philly wasn't fighting in their weight class. They hit us with a good punch when we just came back with straight haymakers, and it's just they couldn't handle it after that. After that second quarter, I feel like the Knicks was just on cruise control. You know what I mean? And that's really what I seen. That first little 3 minutes had me a little worried. The Knicks is being sloppy, but like I said, I feel like they hit us with a good punch, and we just returned the favor.
Right. What you think? What was you thinking? Oh, Cowboy Bob. I heard. I was at work, but I was listening. I heard Cowboy Bob at the beginning of the game. Hey, yeah. Did y'all have to get Cowboy Bob a parachute, bro?
Yo.
A straight jacket. That's what we had to get him. A straight jacket.
Hey, look. When you've been a Knicks fan like me and you have anxiety, this stuff happens. Okay. You guys are my therapy, so I have to freak out with you guys.
Right.
But yeah, man, this first quarter, I was just like, because I saw how they were coming out, and I saw how they were doing the whole Paul George thing, and I started laughing, and I was saying it the whole time, like, let him keep going, let him keep going. And again, it just after he started cooling off, I was like, yeah, we good. Because the whole thing was I didn't know what kind of whistle we was gonna get. But seeing Cat getting these calls the last two games, I'm not even mad at the refs at this point. I'm just mad at how Cat is still having to deal with this stuff. But it was impressive how they bounced back. They rarely use Cat. And Mitchell Robinson, whoo, that man brought me back to life on an inbound with 2 seconds, catching and just dunking over Embiid like it was nothing. Yeah, that right there, I was like, yeah, we got this. After seeing that, I was like, yeah, Mitch want blood.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I'm
was
gonna.
gonna say, I
Oh,
want to say
God,
one
bro.
quick thing. Shout out to the coach for being a great counter puncher.
Yeah.
Real talk. We talking boxing. He's made us to a great counter punching team. You know, so far
Are you
so
saying
good.
Mike Brown make adjustments? Is that what you saying?
Hey, he made the right.
Say it ain't so, Corey. Say it ain't so.
He's been making the right adjustments. I can say that. You know what I'm saying so far. So jury's still out with me until we get that chip. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the skittle's still on the top of the stove.
All right. All right. Can I tell y'all? I'm gonna share with y'all what I thought, right? So generally the lower seed, when they finally get their game at home, like game 3 or whatever it is, they generally try to make it feel like a game 7. Even whether they won a game on the road, whether they split, whether they down, whether they up, they always want to make it feel like homecoming when the game finally get to the arena, right? And so I kind of anticipated that. I was thinking like, man, you know what? They're gonna try to have this thing lit in here, right? But the thing is, though, they was lit. Paul George looked like 2015 for a minute, right? Joel Embiid looked like 2015 for a minute. And Maxey looked like he was just waiting to explode. But you know what, though? They was throwing their punches, and the Knicks was walking through them like, this is what y'all got right here, right? And how I knew Philly was disheveled, it was 2 plays. The play that Paul George tried to throw the pass to Bona when Bona was supposed to roll and he didn't go. And so it was a turnover, and Paul George just stopped and looked around crazy. Paul George was like, I knew they was done right there. And the other one is when when Joel Embiid pushed Cat down under the rim and he tried to knee Cat in the nuts and missed. I was like, yo, you can't even hit that man in the nuts with a knee. Yeah, you ain't hitting nothing tonight, bro. Like, even when you try to be dirty, you know what I'm saying? You can't get it right. I was like, yo, you that desperate, bro. You that desperate that you got to play dirty, right? As soon as I saw that, I was like, yeah, they ain't got nothing left. Ain't no more. There's no more bullets in the gun. There's no more strategy they can go to. Ain't none of that, bro. Lee, when I saw that, when I saw the two desperate, when I saw the look on their face when they was desperate, like, what else can we do? I was like, yo, you can stick a fork in them, bro. Right there.
Oh yeah.
Early, that was second quarter.
Oh yeah, most
When
definitely.
both of those things happened. That was second quarter when both of them things happened, bro. Because we knew what was going to happen when the Knicks got to the fourth quarter. Y'all already know the Knicks get you to the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna throw you off the far turnbuckle and put you in the air for that stone cold stunner.
You already know. You see, they had a whole bunch of nails for the coffin today.
Yeah,
They're starting to build it right now.
yeah.
Nah, we was too busy hitting that sweet chin music, making them fall asleep.
Salute
Hey,
Tori B in the
Tori.
building.
What's the
Good
story,
evening,
Tori?
good people.
Maxie, I'm starting to believe, Greenie, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm starting to believe that, and I know this is gonna sound disrespectful, and it's gonna sound like something coming from an arrogant Knicks fan on a night that they blew a team out, but I'm starting to believe, bro, Maxie can't carry that team by itself, bro.
You say
He
you starting
played
to believe he
42
can or he
minutes.
can't?
No, he cannot carry that team by
Oh,
himself.
cannot. Okay.
Yeah, he
Okay.
can't carry that team by himself.
He played 42 minutes tonight, so
Yeah.
I don't know. That's not a fair assessment in my eyes because I've seen him throughout the season. His steals going up. He's played well, but
His
he has
daddy
no
name
support.
is Mikal
Man,
Bridges.
what happened? Is what?
The reason why he can't is because of a guy named
Yeah, I
Mikal
mean,
Bridges.
he look at him through the series.
Jay, the chosen one's in the building. Salute. What's good, brother?
Salute, 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 salute. What's good, brother? The Knicks, brother.
The Knicks.
The Knicks.
I'm doing my only happy dance right now.
Word. Word. Mikal Bridges.
It's Mikhail, screw your picks, Bridges. I just want to put that out there.
Wait a minute, hold on. I thought we were trading him because people saying he
You
ain't
thought
worth
I
5
said
first
that?
round.
I'm
Nah, I'm
sorry.
just saying.
I'm the president of Mikhail Bridges fan club. Sorry, I definitely
Yeah.
didn't say that.
Oh, okay. I apologize. I was just
Definitely didn't say
checking
that.
because they telling me we traded him for 5 picks. He ain't worth it. I'm just wondering what's going on.
I said Mikhail was a moments man, and this is his moment, baby.
Yeah. But
Uh,
a bunch of us been saying it through the year that Mikal Bridges is a playoff riser. That's it. That exists. Some people just better like in certain things. They just save themselves for certain things. Bridges is
Jimmy
that.
Butler.
Yeah. He's a playoff riser.
Playoff Jimmy.
He's always been that. That's his thing. So, and no disrespect to the people that wanted more out of Bridges during the regular season, but you don't win nothing in the regular season. What's at stake in the regular season?
Seeding.
The mid-season cup.
Positioning.
Pretty much.
Positioning.
The mid-season
Seeding.
cup.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well. I mean, the Knicks got the 3rd seed though. We saying the
I'm
Knicks should have had the
just
2nd
saying
seed
that's
or the
it.
1st
No,
seed.
I'm not. No, sir. No, I'm not.
Oh, I'm asking.
No, I'm saying if there was a stake, I said seeding. That's it.
Oh. All right. Yeah. Cat didn't touch the ball much today.
Oh,
No.
we didn't need it.
But I'll tell you one thing. Mitch dunked over Embiid like he was his father. Come here. Yeah.
Joel was
Oh
looking
my
real
God.
old. That's all I'm saying. Joel looked 49.
He put them cobblestones on his back.
He was out there
Really.
looking. He was looking like me trying to walk up the steps, bro. That was he was
Yeah.
looking
He
real
needs
49.
Tori, he need a wooden staff. A wooden staff to
He
walk.
was letting my people go.
Yo, he is Mr. Glass.
Yo, you ain't lying, Virtuoso.
I've
Salute,
literally
Kobe,
never
everybody.
seen so many people
What
complaining
up?
to officials. Hey,
Chilling.
what's up? So many people
Chilling. Happy about this
complaining
one.
complaining to officials why they was beating the mess out of their opponents.
Yeah.
Never seen that like that in my life. I said, this can't be real life. Like, this can't
Word.
be
How
real
Cat
life.
get Cat get the foul when Embiid pushed him down and fell on him?
Tried to knee him in the nuts.
Because they
You saw that,
said
right?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Because
they
tried to knee him in the nuts and missed.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And they gave Cat the call.
And, yeah.
Yeah, because Cat they
Yeah.
said prior to the push, Cat had underhooked his arm, and when he trapped his arm, that was a Cat foul, and then it caused a push when Embiid fell. That's why he got the foul because they
I
said he
don't
missed
know.
his
That
arm.
was that response is
Yeah.
Prior to
Yeah.
that, though, he was pulling Cat jersey.
Was it an
So before
underhook
that
or
even
was he
happened,
boxing out?
Yeah.
Nah, he was boxing out, but he had the underhook because
Was
you
he-
could see
was
in his
the-
back arm.
I thought
Yeah, he
Embiid
had
was
both
pinning his
arms extended.
Cat's arm to him.
Yep.
Yeah, he
Yep.
had both arms extended, but the inside, the left arm,
It's a
the
box
left arm
out.
was hooked under.
It's a box
So when
out.
he went to hook under and he dropped out to like extend his back,
Joel
Yeah.
Embiid pushed him in
Joel
the back.
Embiid was coming in. Yeah,
Yeah, Joel Embiid pushed him in the back.
yeah, I guess
And
in
then Joel pushed him.
2026 in Philly, that is, but the rest of it was a box out,
Yeah.
and Joel had his arms all over him.
Yeah, he did.
You know,
And he didn't even
so-
have the force. The real foul is the fact that even though it was a box out, and you could say that about Cat, Joel Embiid was coming in with so much force he couldn't even control himself. He was falling prior to him even touching Cat. So if you really look at the replay, he was already falling into Cat. And if Cat didn't hook him, it would have been probably even worse.
Right.
Yeah,
But
I'm
I
gonna
just
start.
think the refs just was messed up.
Nah,
The whole
yo,
I
game,
think
I
the
was
refs did a better
irritated.
job than they did in the
Mhm.
previous game.
And that's not saying much because they were horrible in the other
It was
games.
horrible in
Yeah,
the other game.
Cat still hit him.
by comparison.
Yeah. Vert, what's good, bro?
Oh man, I'm at work, man. Enjoying this 3-0 cushion, man. Look, and B set the tone, like as far as the premonition, as far as the atmosphere of that Sixer squad, by saying that, pleading with the fans, saying that please buy tickets, and that is just Murphy's law.
Yeah.
He offered to pay for them. Remember, he said, "Look, if you're having money problems, I'll help you out. Just don't sell your tickets." I've never heard that in my life in
He was
It's a
sports.
lying.
desperate plea.
He was definitely
That's a
lying though,
plea.
just so y'all know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that, yeah, you gotta show
Cause
me
I,
the
I
money
would have
first.
DM'd him
Show
like,
me the
homie,
money.
let me hold something.
Right.
Yeah, show me the money. All right,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
I'll give them to some Philly fan. Yeah.
How did
I
y'all
just
feel about Philly's D tonight? Philly's defense.
It
I,
was good. A little bit too touchy, but it was good.
I
okay.
say
I
it
think in
was
the first quarter, the first half, it was pressuring us a lot,
I,
in my
I
opinion.
liked it. I
I
Yeah,
didn't
liked
me
it
like
too.
when
because
Kelly Oubre head butted Jalen Brunson. I didn't
Yeah,
like
like
that
no,
I like
at
that.
but
Like,
all. I didn't. But
nah,
the
I like
reason
that.
why I
Like,
liked
what I
it,
did like is that Jalen Brunson grabbed his lip, he got up, and he went back up the court. He wasn't beefing. He just went back up the court.
that's
Yeah.
what I was just gonna say this. I liked
That
it
lets me
because
know. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say I just liked it because the full pressure that they were doing and all of that. They were trying to rattle us, and the fact that this
exactly.
team didn't get rattled and they
And
fought
that was
back
my
and said,
point.
"All right, you want to do this? Bet we're not just gonna take what you giving us, but we're gonna stay out on our path and stay focused." That's what I like because in that aspect, we lost Cat tonight again, and
Yep.
we don't even have
still
OG.
won.
So the fact that they were doing their defensive pressure, the team actually played it smart. They just waited till the end of the fourth quarter because they knew, hey, at some point this is gonna burn out. That's why they kept doing the different sets. That's why they were attacking with Bridges, like offensively. Like they were trying to stop us, but they actually just played smart. So outside of them just having their composure, they just waited. They were like, "We're gonna wait till
Yeah,
this third quarter to bust you open. Then when the fourth quarter starts, we're gonna make it rain." Like they paced themselves, and that right there is
yeah.
what you need from your championship team. And I value that.
That's what
So
I
yeah,
that's what I figure about that team, Cowboy, is that Nick Nurse is relying heavily on that starting five, and they're just burning the midnight oil. So eventually they're going to tire themselves out, and the Knicks are going to take over. They just found the Knicks are just more versatile. They find ways how to how to shoot the basketball, how to defend. They're just a better team.
I wanna stay on a defensive point, but I do want to make a point about the Sixers bench. Hey man,
44
the,
minutes.
the dudes off the Sixers bench just choked, bro. Quentin Grimes
They,
used to be a starter.
yep,
Quentin Grimes ain't a
True.
G leaguer. Quentin Grimes used to be a star. He used to start for us. He
sure
26.
did, sure
He just
did.
choked. Andre Drummond in this series used to be a starter. He made the All-Star. Man, Andre Drummond was in the three-point shooting contest one year. He
Yo,
was in the
Freezy,
dunk
you see his
contest one
face
year.
when he got taken
Andre
out?
Drummond was a first round pick.
Yep,
Yeah,
Andre Drummond is
yeah.
one of the best rebounders of all time. But Freezy, you
First of
saw his
all, he
face
was the
when he
number
got taken
one
out by
pick,
Bono?
right?
Say it again.
His face was so angry that he
Yeah.
got replaced.
Yeah.
Yep, he was pissed.
Yeah, and not to take away your points, man. Just the bench thing. I think the national media and Philly fans say they didn't get nothing from their bench, bro. Quentin Grimes is a quality NBA player, bro. Can at some point can you give the Knicks credit for just the Knicks bench just outplaying their bench at least for once? Can
Yeah,
somebody give the Knicks bench some credit? Like,
That
and
don't
I'm not
make
talking about
that don't
y'all
make
because I
for
know
good
y'all do.
TV. That don't make for
Yeah,
good TV. They can't like the Knicks. You crazy? What's wrong with you?
I mean, listen, the moment you put an Iron Eagle and a Stan Van, whatever the F, you know it's not going to be evenly called, evenly thought out game, period.
Yeah.
And for some reason, the Knicks have become a villain, a team that hasn't won in so long. We're a villain. Why are we the villain? You can only be the villain for two things. For being, rough and tough and doing whatever dirty stuff, or for being really, really good and
for a long time and people get tired of you winning. Yeah.
Right. And climbing the ladder every year and people see you coming and still can't do anything about it. They know the recipe and they still can't copy the recipe. Having big men, they can't compete with our big men. Having shooters in a bench, they're not shooting at all. And that's the problem. And they're frustrated. So because they're frustrated, we're bad.
Right.
I just honestly think I just think that the media doesn't like us, the fan base.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I got from Stamp and Grumpy. When Josh Hart got called for an offensive foul, and he said that he extended his arms when it was very close. His arms were very close to his body. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. That pissed me off so much.
Bringing back Freezy Point. I would be what's the guy name for 76ers? Grounds had 6 points and they had 15 points.
Yeah.
They just cleared it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just gonna say I like the fact of how the bench is being used by our side because the depth we have is really what's killing them. And the fact that Philly is considering that their bench isn't giving them anything, it's pretty much if you look at their starters, every one of their starters is going like 30 minutes plus. Paul George is non-existent past 3 quarters. Like everything that Philly has, they really can't run with the Knicks. But the best thing I do gotta say is yeah, and the crazy part is that's how they won. That's how Philly beat Boston. Their bench was outscoring Boston, which is how they were
That's
winning.
how
You
Indiana
can't
beat
bring
us
that
last year.
yeah, and you can't bring
They
that
don't
same
got our
mentality.
bench.
Yeah, it's crazy. And the bench that we have, it's not just how we use them. Everybody's just clicking. Like even
Right.
when Shamit was messing up, Shamit was bad this whole game to me. But at the end of the fourth quarter, he started playing better where he was drawing a foul. He hit his 3-point shot. He like started getting it together. And even when like person's
He
bad,
did.
it won't affect the whole team.
Shimon did that in the first half.
Nah,
No,
he
he
did
was
it in the
better the
fourth.
second half by far. He
He
was
had
definitely
a
better.
3 in the fourth. He hit a 3 in the
Yeah, I'm
fourth,
not.
and
No,
then
I'm
he
not
got a
saying he
charging
didn't score,
foul.
but when he came in the
Yeah.
game, he had like 10 points real quick. Well, I'm not
Hell
tripping. Maybe
yeah.
that was the
He
second
played
half. I don't
26
know.
I have
minutes.
to not agree with you
Nah.
on that, Cowboy Bob. Shamit is the reason why the Knicks came
Exactly.
back.
Right.
Exactly.
Am I,
Nah.
And
am I not
because
tripping?
he hit some
I,
choppers like
yeah, as
every
soon as
time
he
the
came in
lead
the
tried to
game,
get
right?
under 4, like when they cut the lead to 4
Mm-hmm.
and to 5, and they would find Shamit would either get to the line and hit some free
Come on.
throws or knock down
Yeah.
threes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
then
Okay.
playing good
Maybe
defense.
I'm just expecting more from him because I haven't seen him do well in a while, so I probably didn't see that. But you guys
Ben,
are right. If I
Benny,
give
put on
y'all are
your
right.
glasses. Benny, put on your
That I'm
glasses.
just hey, look, Mr. Magoo don't wear glasses, okay?
Even Clarkson gave us good minutes.
Yeah,
Clarkson's
Clarkson did good
defense was
too.
very underrated in this series.
Exactly.
And I gotta also give credit to McBride's defense because in the first quarter, he was getting burnt. And in the second quarter, he started making the
Mm-hmm.
proper adjustments on the switches. And he started tightening it up, especially in the third where Maxi couldn't even get off. So he was doing really well too. He didn't score too much, but McBride did good on defense as well.
I
I
would
would
Yeah.
like
like
to
to see
shout
him.
out
I would like to
Mikal.
see him step it up a little bit. But yeah,
Shout
he
out
definitely got
Mikal
better.
for guarding Joel and Embiid down the stretch. Let's do that.
There's
Yep.
26 bridges in
I
New
Yep.
like
York.
him breathe better.
Let's go.
Yeah. One of the things I wanted to point out to you guys, because it's not often that I get the whole Lawrence Tears family together at one time. One of the things I want to point out to y'all is this. Atlanta employed this defense that is the textbook of how you beat the Knicks and slow down Jalen Brunson. And basically that's take a long wing, somebody 6'7" and athletic, guard Brunson. When he goes to one side of the floor, you bring a trail trapper to trap him on one side of the floor. And then years passed, and man, listen, weeks passed, right? Maybe even a few days passed. Jalen Brunson would keep that basketball and try to figure out a way to beat the trap. And what we saw tonight, which is not the first time, but it's a continuance of the growth in Jalen Brunson, that as soon as he sees a guy take off, once the guy commits, he gets rid of the ball, right? And one time it led to a Mikal Bridges mid-range, right? And one time it led to a catch at the free throw line, kick to Landry Shamet for 3 to put the Knicks back up by 7. And so every time they did it, Mike Brown, the Knicks, Jalen Brunson, whoever designed it and whoever executed it, whoever believed in it, right, continues this path of understanding Jalen Brunson doesn't have to have the ball in his hands for this team to win. Now, is it important? Yes, he has some huge shots. But Mikal Bridges' little mini jumper over Joel Embiid on the baseline to push the lead back up to 6 was crucial. And what it makes me believe is that Jalen Brunson is going from a guy that can score to a guy that can lead a team, to a guy that can lead a team, to a guy that's an all-star, right? From a guy that's an all-star to a guy that's all NBA. And right now, he's on that development growth path to being an NBA champion. Now, will it happen this year? We don't know. But at least we see the evolution of Jalen Brunson going on that path. Like when he sees the trap, as soon as they commit, he give it up. And what that does is it puts their defenders in no man's land. If you're running the trap and you're not by the ball, all your men are in no man's land with nowhere to guard. They scrambling, trying to find the ball to get back to either position or to trap. And Jalen Brunson recognized it early. It caught Philly out of position. And man, the Josh Hart mid-range jumper in the second quarter, I think it was, Josh Hart jump at the free throw line off that made Philly pay over and over and over again. And I just want to ask y'all, because y'all been watching Jalen Brunson as a Knick as long as I have, right? Are y'all noticing the same thing from Jalen Brunson, or am I just in love with Brunson? Is that what's y'all noticing the same thing? Jalen Brunson giving the ball up?
Yo, Jalen Brunson has went to rehab, and he's gotten off the cocoa. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, he's giving it up. And,
Go ahead, sweetie. Yes, he gives the ball up.
I think through growing pains, like that Atlanta series, he actually just
super chat.
I saw it.
My fault. I was just gonna say at that Atlantic series when everybody was arguing, I think honestly JB was just like, you know what? Because sometimes when you're doing something, you're like so focused on doing it your way, and then you try to make these little bit changes, and then you just naturally start to drift back. And I think he just snapped and said, you know what? I got the first quarter, fourth quarter. That's me. I'm gonna get my team involved. And I think that's what he's trying to do now because he's noticing that the pressure from other teams, like even if you look at the Cavs, look at how much pressure they are having without a ball handler and how hard it is for them with Harden. JB, to me, I think doesn't want to end up down that road. So I think that he's being more trustworthy of his teammates and he's seeing them perform well. So he's believing in them because he's seeing it and he's also like reacting to it. Like, yeah, we can do this. So it's more of a team also being behind him as well as him growing at the same time. Sorry, I rambled.
Hey, Justo, thank you for the generous contribution. Justo says, go like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I lost my big bro recently, and I just want to say I appreciate all of you on the panel. Last game we watched together was Game 6 versus Philly. So this BTA makes me smile. Hey man, Justo man, my deepest condolences, brother. You know how much we love you, bro. Nobody is a more passionate Knicks fan than Justo, but in the nicest way. Justo is like the nicest diehard Knicks fan you ever seen in your life. If there's anything that I can do for you, brother, just let me know. And I ain't even got to say that because you already know how I feel about you from previous conversations and such, bro. So, my deepest
to you,
condolences,
brother.
man. Yo, bro, and
Yes.
and when we say we love you like a brother, it ain't like love you like an internet brother, right? It's not like internet like you whatever. Nah, this is something, man. We appreciate you. All the way back past the what's the little app we used to watch the games on? Greeny, you remember
Playback.
the app we used to watch?
Playback.
Yeah, even back to the
I miss it.
past the playback days, man. Justo will come on, hardcore and soft spoken, man, and die hard, man. Hey, bro, we love you, appreciate you, brother. Yeah, man, appreciate you, man. Thank you for everything that
Absolutely.
you contribute to
Hey man,
Lawrence Kids,
condolences.
Knicks
Yeah,
Universe,
condolences, man.
and everywhere else, man.
Sorry for
Appreciate
your
you, brother.
loss.
Prayers to you and your family, homie.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Salute to Justo, man.
Yes.
That's my guy. Yeah, man. So, what did y'all think about how the Knicks defended the Sixers' offense?
Oh, it was just like
Killer.
Novocaine. It was just like Novocaine. Once we applied it, we slowly let it in and sat in because the fact that Nick Nurse doesn't use the rest of his bench or doesn't utilize them well, it was enough to say when he needed his key players, i.e. the Paul Georges, then Bums, even the Maxis, even young VJ, they will all tuck it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We applied so much pressure on them from our defense that they couldn't do nothing on their offensive end. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Look, I saw for the opening quarter, Paul George turned back the clock to his 2013 Pacers days, and then from then on he became a pumpkin. And I just want to know, like, did Mike Brown made a change as far as the matchup is concerned? Because at first I didn't like that he put Deuce as a power forward. That meant he was matched up with him, and that's a size disadvantage. What changes did he make? What made him go cold for the rest of the game?
Hmm. I, there's a lot to say to that because the main thing I've noticed was a lot of the setups that they were running with Paul George. You would see them do a full rotation where if they do a switch, the person on the weak's left side would actually rotate to the right and do a full circle. So basically, like you'll see Brunson come from the dunker spot, he'll move up to the 3 point range. As you see, like when he got the steals from Embiid the last 2 games that Embiid played, he was getting those steals. Like that type of defensive rotations he was doing. Also, they were allowing him to cut to the basket and then not even collapsing, just cutting off the area exactly where he likes to pull up from. And when he was doing his spins as well, they were getting him on his off foot to where he wouldn't be able to actually do his full 360 spin because you could see him spinning away from the basket when after the half, as opposed to the basket like he was on the first half. So a lot of the things they were doing was the rotations and the cutting as well that slowed them up. And they changed up with having Bridges or they'll have someone big and physical like Mitch on him every now and again when it came to
Mm,
PG. But it was a lot of different setups that they did, but it was similar rotations they ran last game because you can see Paul George was getting advantages at the right time on a catch and shoot
Bro,
moment, which is what he did before.
y'all don't think that PG the first and second quarter he got some fake like juice and stuff like that, and then after that it's over for
Talking about
him?
some power pellets.
You talk about
You got some
creatine.
Pac-Man pellets.
No,
His little
He
his
he
little
ain't
was
because
power
sipping.
pack
I'm
ran out.
I
He was
The
the
sipping that
first and
juices
LeBron.
second
all.
quarter
He
he
was
be
sipping that
Superman,
LeBron
and
pack.
then after that it just dies off.
mm.
Like, hey, what
That
happened?
secret stuff it
Like
ran
it
out.
always happened.
Oh
Cause
yeah, that
suicide.
I
was
don't
that
know,
was the
man.
water from Michael Jordan's Space Jam. I remember
He
what you talk
juicing.
about. Yeah, that
Well,
secret
I'll
water.
say
Yep.
I'll say two things two things to what you said about the defense, just real quick before Matt's jump in real quick. So the first thing is the Knicks showed a foot on the paint defense. Basically every Knick had a player, but they basically had 1 foot by the paint. And then what that does is it takes away or makes it difficult for Joel Embiid to get paint touches, but it also prevents Tyrese Maxey from driving the paint, because if you already have a foot right there, all you have to do is collapse on Maxey. So instead of Maxey driving straight down the paint like this every time, you forcing Maxey around the paint. Now you got to come around baseline. And by that time, you can rotate your defense to that half-court set and make him put up floaters and jumpers and all the stuff that Cowboy Bob was talking about, right? And that's a Mike Brown thing for sure, because Tom Thibodeau used to run the tag man, where like when you get a guy has a responsibility for this area. If a guy comes to the paint, then that guy is guarding the paint and the 3-point line, right? So if a guy drives the paint, it's your job to get there. But then if they kick it out, it's your job to sprint fast as you can out to the 3-point line. And it's difficult to kind of, do that. Mike Brown eliminated some of that, not all of it, but some of it. The real reason why Paul George, why his shot left, is, first of all, nobody's going to hit like 20 in a row, right? I think the reason why Paul George's shot stopped going in is because, and all of y'all athletes can attest to this, Paul George doesn't have the legs to put the ball on the floor and drive to the rim from the perimeter no more. If you notice, Paul George is not doing these fantastic dunk contest dunks in game no more. Like when they close out on Paul George, what he's supposed to be doing is putting that ball on the floor, attack the closeout, and make a play for someone else or at the rim. But he can't. So you got to shoot over a heavily contested closeout, right? Like it'll be like if Greeny is setting up for three, and I'm coming out, closing out hard on Greeny and jumping at the ball because I know Greeny can't put the ball on the floor and go by me because he don't have the legs to do it no more. And not Greeny, because Greeny an athlete. Greeny be burning y'all DBs on the weekend. But I'm talking about just for the example I'm giving. Like if you're Mikal Bridges and you see Paul George in the corner for three, when you close out, you're not worried about Paul George putting that ball on the floor and going to dunk on Mitch. Maybe 10 years ago, he would yam on Mitch all night, 10 years ago, because he was Paul George. He was PG-13. Right now, he's playoff Pete. Whatever. What's his name now?
PG-8.
No, PP. As
Senior PGA.
Nah, that's what they say. Is PP.
Podcast P.
Whatever his name is now, whatever nickname he is now, that's him. He can't put it. If y'all notice, think about the last couple of games when y'all saw Paul George taking those threes and running the pick and roll up top. Y'all didn't notice that when Paul George ran the pick and roll, he didn't take the ball to the rim. He was trying to pass it to the roller.
Isn't this kind of the same thing we complain about with Josh at times, to be perfectly fair? Although in Josh's case, he's not as old as PG. So, but that said, Josh has even less justification to do that than Paul George does, if you ask me. And it gets really on my nerves when Josh is at point blank of the cup, and then instead of just putting it up, he backs off and then kicks it out.
Yeah, that's basically it. With the reason why Grimes and Paul George neither wanted to put that ball on the floor and bring that ball to the rim to attack the teeth of the defense and kick out and get a greater shot. Especially Paul George.
But that's always been a Grimes problem, never attacking the basket, even when he was with us.
Right.
I just like to point out that McCall was attacking the basket today.
Detroit initially.
Yeah. And so to the point
that was one of my biggest problems with him. Sorry about that, my brother, but when Grimes was here, not attacking the basket was one of my biggest problems. Probably one of the biggest reasons why he was available when he became available.
Right.
He shoots. He likes to shoot. He's a good shooter, but it's different. And also, but when Paul George was cooking for a little while, what we also did is we started switching better.
True. Some
You
playing
know,
that.
and once we started doing that, it was just different.
Right. Because if y'all notice, the Sixers really didn't have much dribble penetration from anyone outside of Maxey.
Oh.
Right. And there
Yeah,
was a time.
true.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
No, I'm saying true.
Oh, okay.
You're right.
Yeah. There was a time when they got into their offense, nobody drove to the rim, bro. You saw nobody threaten the second level of the Knicks defense. And so when you're not threatened at that second level, that means you can double at the top level and around the paint. If you're not threatened. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, go ahead.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say also to the defensive credit, the fact that a lot of the things that we were seeing in the first half, he was making other adjustments as well, where he was allowing Embiid to take shots, and we were perfectly boxed out on defensive and offensive rebounds because Cat was helping us out a lot with that. So the fact that we were still able to control the free throws and also get to the get good rebounds, I think is a really good thing that the Knicks was able to do defensively and consistently. But one of the things I didn't see was Philly just settled for jump shots early. And could that be because they're tired, or was it really the Knicks' defense that was pushing them into an uncomfortable zone? Is what I'm trying to ask.
I'd say it's both.
Because the thing is I know what our defense does, but I didn't know if our defense was affecting them that much to where, like in the third, they would just settle in for jump shots as opposed.
Yeah.
I mean, I yes and no. I mean, tired is kind of like I don't know. When I hear that, aren't we tired? Like I don't know how much credence I give tired.
Right.
Because we played a ton of great teams back to back this year. We played the Emirates Cup. We played with people hurt. We're playing with people hurt now. We're playing without people. We're playing people extra minutes sometimes. So tired is relevant or irrelevant comparably because every team is tired.
Right. Yeah.
If one were to ask me, the way I saw it for all intents and purposes is Philadelphia. I mean, all teams have this one way or another. It's a perimeter tunnel vision. They'll always drive it up, then pull back on a dribble pickup, and then try to hit from behind the arc because that's the way the game has evolved these days. But some would say it's devolved and it's killing shooters. In the worst possible way, that they just keep trying to throw up shot after shot after shot, but it ends up being brick after brick after brick, even when it's wide open.
Okay.
Yeah, it's either a three or a layup. You know, there's no mid range.
Or very little of it nowadays.
Yeah. I want to give Mike Brown his kudos though. And when I say Mike Brown, everybody, of course, just assume I'm saying Mike Brown and coaching staff, right? I want to give Mike Brown and his coaching staff, man, credit for having alternate adjustment to every adjustment Philly threw. When we tried to get into the flex and get into the flex offense, to be smart enough to have the passing defender sag back and obscure the vision and have the defenders in between the ball and the cutter, that was smart. If Atlanta had did this, man, we might still be in the series with Atlanta almost, right? But Nick Nurse figured out some stuff. The only thing is Mike Brown figured out some other stuff, man. Like Mike Brown and his staff, and so just you remember giving credit to his staff, they are figuring out ways to know when to spam a certain play, know when to let Brunson cook, right? Know when to not force it, let your foot off the gas, Like there was a point we were up by 9. The Knicks got a long rebound, and Jalen Brunson took off like Sonic. And Mike Brown was like, "Yo, slow down, slow down." And the reason why he told him to slow down was because if we're up by 9 and time is on our side, if you go down there and force a shot, right, you're helping them by saving time and creating transition the other way. Right now, of course, when you're an offensive player, all you think about is scoring the basketball. But the time management piece, I think, came into play some too with how this game was managed. And I'm almost willing to say, and I know this is going to sound like sacrilege to Greeny, who's a diehard Knicks fan, right? But I'm almost thinking, but I'm almost believing that this may have been one of Jalen Brunson's best games as a Knick. What do y'all think?
Perhaps. I mean, he
I
started
agree.
off pretty slow out of the gate, but he picked it up from second quarter onward.
Right. Y'all talking about shooting the basketball or overall?
Overall.
All right.
I was going to say the
I've seen better
coaches.
games.
Yeah.
I was going to say the coaching staff, though, and I said it early on when we were watching the game with Greeny. I think, honestly, we got duped, not in a negative way. We got a coach that does more, exactly what we need in Brown. But here's the thing. The way the bench is used, it's similar to OKC. Look at how everybody comes in to play their part, hit a key shot. Y'all even corrected me on Shamit. I didn't even remember that he was that good until you guys brought him in. Everyone's doing their part, playing the one beat, one drum. And they're trying to get it in Brunson's head based off of what you just said, Unc, and I think you're right. Trying to like, yo, trust your teammates. We got you. We're going to carry it with you, so you ain't got to carry it by yourself. And I think this team was really built to actually beat OKC and to win a championship because the way the coaching staff is using these guys, this is some stuff I've never seen before. And it's not just them using them as a team. They're hitting their attributes at the right time to where we know, hey, let's get this shot open. Let's get that shot open. Switch it here. Get Bridges here. Like, I'm impressed. And I got to say, the coaching staff has surprised me. And I was wrong. But I still will say he's still not my choice. But he has greatly proven a lot with the rotation, how they're using the bench, how everyone's job isn't just doing one assignment, it's multiple assignments and everyone's covering it without any issue. They're just playing, they're not communicating, which is one thing that Tibbs always was talking about. You got to talk, you got to talk. They're playing natural basketball with each other. And it's a great credit to the coaching staff and Mike Brown's ability to get the best out of his players. He's a player's coach. And this is the first time I can say I've never seen a player coach get this much from his players. So I got to give him his credit.
I'm willing to throw him a bone too. That whole moment in January where the team was in a downward spiral because of reasons many of us will argue about, he turned it around. This team has been on a tear here. And for better or worse, he has gotten the best of what was given to him when he showed up in New York. And he has shown that, unlike Thibodeau, who was constantly outplayed due to his own ego and stubbornness and unwillingness to utilize the bench core, Brown is shown to be consistently more flexible, pragmatic, and more versatile on the offensive set with what he has to use. It's the main
I think
reason
it's the whole
least
coaching staff. I see a lot of talking coming from Papa Brunson, a lot. I think he relies on him quite a bit. And it's like old school baseball when you used to have the old timer as your bench coach, and you would go to him every time you wanted to make a move. You conferred, you talked amongst each other.
Later. It's been a while since I've been on here.
What'd you say, brother?
I'm hopping off now.
All right. See you later. Have a good night.
More time for me.
God.
Nah, but go ahead. You were saying?
I was saying before, whatever that was, that it's the whole team is grooving and moving, and that includes a collective coaching unit, not Brown, not. I mean, what's the defensive guy's name? What's the shooting guy's name? Like, they all are inputting heavily into this team, and you see it. I mean, every time they pan to the bench, Brown and Papa Brunson are talking.
Yep.
Always talking. And it's usually Brunson doing the talking and Brown agreeing and, making the move.
Right. Yeah. I'm really impressed with, man, Philly was trying to chop away at that. You can tell he was tired though. All right, but Philly was really trying to chop at that lead, bro. They cut it to 5, it'll balloon to 11. They'll cut it to 4, it'll balloon to 9. They'll cut it to 7, and they'll jump back up to 11. They really wanted to. You could see it on Joel Embiid's face, bro. Right, but for a lot of veteran NBA players, the end gets here faster than you want it to. It's like in life for anybody who is in their 30s or close to it, man. It's like you feel like you're gonna be 16 for the rest of your life, and then the next thing you know, you're 30. Right? You're like, where did these years go? Same thing with Embiid. Embiid was the toast of the town for a lot of years, and he didn't capitalize of those toast of the town years.
Toast of the NBA.
Yeah.
But definitely toast of the town, 1000%. And we're talking about, he may be a relic at this point, but we're talking about a guy who could shoot from distance, take it to the hole, but a back to the basket, old school center still with the mixed bag.
He showed it tonight against Mitch too, man. That offensive rebound he got.
Yeah.
He looked like Tim Duncan on that move, bro.
Yeah, that was a great one. But that rebound that Mitch got and put it back on the top of his head, bow.
Made him look like Dave Duncan.
It looked like Dave Duncan.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Made him look like Duncan Hines.
Duncan Hines, bro.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah,
shout out to the big bags. Yeah, man. There were so many things that I saw tonight, man. I don't want to a wise person once said, Uncle Freezy, you got to take it one game at a time. So even though it was game 3, I'm not thinking ahead to the second round. I'm thinking about what life is going to be like Sunday afternoon, right? What's life going to be like Sunday afternoon? Hopefully it'll be a glorious Sunday afternoon for Mother's Day. Be a fantastic gift to give mom.
Yep.
A broom, right? A Knicks colored broom, game 4 victory over the Sixers. And it'll be another rival in the rearview mirror. Y'all know we stacking a bunch of rivals in the, bro. The Celtics are in our rearview mirror. The Hawks are in our rearview mirror. Man, we mess around and sweep Philly, bro.
Yep. Let me add this too. If I had it my way, healthy or not healthy, I would sit OG for this next game too.
Yeah.
I would too. because
I think the more rest, the better. Pardon me for interrupting. The more rest, the better.
Yeah.
And we played well with Adam. I also think it gives Mikal more like, spirit and energy and confidence. You know what I'm saying? As far as I'm able to do this, Hart as well, working together.
Right.
And then hopefully, I'm even though they didn't, I really still would like to see Diawara and Sohan play a little bit more. Just for those, like it's blatant. Like Cat had 4 fouls, but I really think he had 1.5. Like how is that a foul when Embiid landed on him, and because there was a hooked arm and all that? Like that's when you bring in. Yeah, that was ridiculous, man. It was ridiculous. So that's when you bring in Sohan, you bring in Diawara, you let them play for a little while, and let them run and gun. Especially since they're the opposite teams. Big men are older and slow, and it's just different. So you give them a little shot. And I hope that they do in Game 4. Sit OG. Let him really, really get completely healed. And like I said, I'm willing to take an L. I'm willing to take an L for him to get completely healed. I'm not joking about that either.
But it's not just the health aspect I'm seeing. I'm seeing the pressure side for the Knicks because I'm not saying you're gonna run new plays, but I'm saying you're gonna run things that work without OG because let's just say that you miss another player for another game or so. You have sets that you've ran through the playoffs that can work later on in the playoffs. So now is the time to get that under your belt to where now the team can still keep going and build cohesion while he's resting. So they can still get the pressure of what it's like when he's not there and they can still be in playoff mode. Okay, now we don't have him. What do we do as far as more adjustments to where when they do have him and something isn't clicking, they have those adjustments to go back to and use. So I think it's a win-win. And also with OG, the thing is he's such an anomaly because his 3-point shot is above 40% and he drives to the rack. It's either 3-point or to the rack shot. You can't stop someone like that because he's gonna make you jump and then take you to the rack or take you to the rack and then hit you in the face with a 3. You can't stop someone who has that ability. So when him coming back and the team having that experience without him, it'll just amplify everything else we're doing and we will just be in a deeper rhythm.
Absolutely. And like Freeze was saying, not to look forward, but to look forward. If the more you rest them, the better off we are when we get to that next round. And let's say it's Detroit, and let's say it's Cade, and let's say we need him for that. He'll be more rested. We'll have those plays that you're talking about. Mikal will be more confident, like I was saying. We'll have the extra plays under the belt. And perhaps, like I said before, the youth will be able to get some run under their belt too. So I think it's a win-win-win-win-win across the board, no matter what. Of course, there is also a selfish side of me that says, okay, we just proved that we could win without OG today. There's no, in my mind, right now, even after today's game, that OG is MVP of the playoffs so far. The way he's been playing, two-way, you're talking about dunking
not only
on
did
people,
you do
shooting
that,
threes,
we're holding teams.
and then coming
You kept
back
them under
and
100.
guarding their best player.
Yeah.
That is a job. He's doing a Superman job on that. So no matter what happens tomorrow, that the man deserves whatever he needs, because he's really putting in. He's put in a colossal amount of fantastic minutes.
Shout out to y'all, Philly. I see y'all new Cancun uniforms. Y'all out here drinking pina coladas in y'all water bottles. I see how y'all preparing for y'all vacation already. Shout out to y'all. I know a team is getting the break speed off them when the mascot is mad. When the mascot is slamming stuff.
When the mascot takes his helmet off and leaves.
Yeah. Hey, y'all, anybody got anything else?
When your center has to get on press conference and say, please don't sell your tickets.
Oh my God.
Yo, I never thought in my lifetime, because Philly,
I just want to say salute to the Knicks. You kept them under 100. No OG, no problem.
We hate Philly and they hate us. For Philadelphia to sound like it was the Garden, even louder than the Hawks did, to me was the biggest victory of the night.
Yo, the funny thing about it is when your team is down 3-0 and you know you got a snowball's chance in hell to win the series, are you really going to show up for Game 4?
No way.
I bet you me and Greeny can go sit next to Nick Nurse Sunday.
I'm about to say that to you just now. Like, you know what? I'm considering going on one of them lines talking about
the whole arena going to be Knicks fans.
Ant-Man said he never wanted to get swept, so Ant-Man actually did that. So
I'm gonna say this.
Down. Go ahead. I'll go after you. I'll go after you.
No, I just gonna say one quick thing, yo. They are on the phone with their travel agents right now, so don't worry about it, fellas.
Nah, but what I was gonna say was this real quick, because I know we about to wrap it up. But we saw last series OG step up. This series, up until OG got hurt, OG and Bridges stepped up. Hart's been consistent, but he's still been a little bit rough around the edges. Now, my thing is, we still haven't seen a great series from Cat yet, even though he's had 2 triple doubles. Still haven't seen a great series from Brunson, even though he's playing well. He still can do better because we've seen him do better. When they're all clicking, how does anyone not see that this isn't a championship team? Because right now they're winning as a team, and not everything is clicking. There's still holes. There's still things that aren't going to work because there's one ball, and not everything's going to work all the time. But if you see that this is the opportunity, this is the best chance the Knicks have. So for me to tell all Knicks fans, stay happy, sit back and enjoy this, because this is the best team we've had in years, and we are going to win a championship. And it's going to be bittersweet because you know why? They've earned it. These guys aren't like everyone else talking smack. They play quiet, they stick together, and they just feed off of each other. That's what championship teams are. And the Knicks we got, these guys ain't gonna quit. They got something in them that they want it. You saw it tonight with Bridges talking smack. You saw how Cat was. You see how everyone's aggressive. They're not taking anything lightly. This team has matured from the beginning of the season, from graduating college into man.
Which were you more impressed with, the top of the box score or the bottom of the box score?
What do you mean by that?
The wins and losses or points and assists?
Points and assists, because
wins and losses.
No, because the points and assists tell you how good of a cohesion your team has. Like, I used to always talk about, we have to have more than 25 assists to win, and I believe in the assists because it shows how well your team is moving the ball and trusting each other scoring.
That's funny you say that. I always said 27 to 30, and 30 was my ideal number because that's really when you know you're moving the ball and you're in cohesion. And if you go check what our record is when we have 30 assists,
exactly,
it's bananas.
Exactly, it's like 40. It's like 40. It's probably like.
I just like how the Knicks came out.
It is
with that urgency to play. It was like we was down 0-2 instead of them being down 0-2. Like, they came out ready to play. You're missing your best defensive player, arguably, and you don't even let up 100 points. Like you came out to play. Mike Brown is masterclass. Like we're locked in, all the way locked in.
All the way locked in, bro. All the way locked in. Hey, Greeny.
Cully has the best comment of the night right now. The best comment. Philly fans is talking crazy now. We're just happy to be here. That is hilarious. I'm not even gonna lie. That is hilarious.
Right.
Talk about a complete 180.
Right.
I don't even think they're happy to be here no more. How about
and
that?
They got to stop this narrative. They got to stop this narrative of they're just tired and this, that, and they got to stop that narrative, man. Like they got to kill that.
They can't, because you got to understand, the Knicks have always been that team that everyone loves to beat on, because any team that has beat the Knicks always went to the championship. Like any team that has the Chicago Bulls, MJ, he never made it to the playoffs unless he destroyed us. Like if you look at 10 of his highlights, top 5 of them, 2 of them are like Knicks, and his top 10 is 4 of them are at the Garden. Like certain play, like everyone that plays us, because of how we play, we're good enough to be in the circle, but we're not good enough to win. So when everyone's used to you being that person and you start to win, they don't know how to act. So they're going to use every excuse in the book of why the Knicks ain't going to win. Because here's the thing. Other shows and other channels that I've heard, when we were down 2-1 to the Knicks, they were like, CJ McCullough, oh my God, he's the greatest. He's better. They're shutting down Brunson. They're giving him all these problems. And I'm sitting here looking and I'm like, you guys are not watching the Knicks. And then when the Knicks turned it around, they still didn't give them credit, because they're looking at the Sixers like, oh, the Sixers can stop them with Embiid and the Paul Georges. Now they have the excuse of, oh, they're tired. And the same thing with Atlanta. Oh, they're inexperienced. See, we have to actually beat everyone at the table to get our respect, to where after we win, they can't use that as an excuse. That's why I tell everyone, regardless of what we do, you have to finish strong. So when the Knicks win the championship, that's when all of these stories would just fade away and everyone will pretend like they never talked about it. They'll just talk about how great the Knicks was and forget about these stories like they always do.
Right. Okay. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all, everybody, for coming through rocking, man. I'm so worn out, man. I've been up since like 6 o'clock. No, I'm lying. Since like 7:50. Something like that. Like 7:50.
Yo, stop lying, fam.
Yeah, I know. Well, at least I told y'all.
Look, he tired.
You've been up too long if you don't even know the time.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you know he tired.
Out of gas, man. But man, thank you everybody for coming through, hanging out, man. I enjoy like these big panels. We used to do it big like this back in the day every night, but schedules and the good old days change. But I'm gonna say this, man. I do want to rock again here tomorrow. I guess I'll send out the word so that we can maybe all like get our schedules lined up. Maybe we can get together for a hardcore 30 minutes. Yeah, I'm lying. I know if we get together, I know we ain't rocking for 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But we get together again. We'll see how things go. The schedule's been nuts. Man, Knicks fans, you should be proud of yourselves, the team, and the organization right now. You're one win away from the Eastern Conference Finals, right? You can legit clinch your spot in the Eastern Conference Finals on Mother's Day. And for anybody that has them, I don't know any greater day to do it. I don't know a better spring day to clinch something like that. But on that, man, we're going to get out of here. Thank y'all, everybody, for coming through rocking. And y'all thoughts, man, were on point as usual. Peace, everybody.
I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No